Hey traders, quite often in my videos I mention the term zone of confluence, and quite often the trades that I take, the predictions that I make are based on this confluence zones. And reading your comments I realized that for many of you it is not clear what do I mean by this zone of confluence. So I decided to record a video for you showing how do I actually identify that, how do I apply that, and what are the rules for the correct identification of the confluence point. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It motivates me to record more videos for you. Let's start. And I want to start here with the quick theoretical note. So let's imagine that the price is trading in a strong bearish trend. Yes, we see with you the sequence of the lower lows, lower highs, and the classic picture like that. And most of the time when we see the bearish trending market, the picture is like that. Yes, lower lows, lower highs. And analyzing the price action right here, we can easily identify that in the market like that, the price is following this kind of trend line. Yes, and now let's imagine that the price starts to recover. The price starts to recover and going to test the trend line. Yes, in such kind of a situation, what is interesting is that if we analyze the previous structure low right here and draw the horizontal line like that, you can see that here, based on that horizontal structure, we have quite strong resistance over here. And what is interesting is that that resistance kind of matches with this trend line. So over here we can draw kind of the narrow triangle. Yes, and that kind of a triangle we will call the zone of confluence. And why we call that the zone of confluence? Because in that zone we have a match between the vertical structure, the trend line, and the horizontal structure, this resistance. Yes, and most of the time such kind of zones of confluence have give us very high probability that the price will at least retrace from that. Yes, so correct identification of that confluence zone, especially on a higher time frame, gives us very safe places to buy or short the market. And now let's discuss the market example. For the example right here, we will apply Euro New Zealand chart, and here you can see that, as we previously discussed, here we have just the perfect example of the downtrend. Yes, we have the sequence of the lower lows and lower highs right here, and clearly we can see that the price is falling right here. And what do we see if we analyze the recent structure? Over here we have our previous structure low. Yes, and if based on that we draw the horizontal line, we see quite strong structure resistance over here. Yes, and now let's look at the lows and highs of the market. Yes, if we analyze the low highs over here, yes, over here, we can draw, based on this low highs, we can draw a trend line. Yes, we can take the trend line from the high right here and draw it like that. And what do we see? As we just discussed based on the theoretical example, here we have just the perfect zone of confluence. Yes, we just have the perfect match between the horizontal structure, yes, and the following trend line. And moreover, it is just the first step. Always remember that you can also check the lower time frame and look for the confluence there as well. If we switch to the 4-hour chart right here and just open briefly the 4-hour chart, look, the horizontal structure that we identified matches perfectly with the 4-hour horizontal structure. You can see just recently the price respected that structure. You can see that just in the recent past we saw quite nice reactions from that structure to the upside, downside, upside, downside. You can see how significant it is. So we already have here the confluence between the major falling trend line, major horizontal structure, and recent 4-hour structure. The last step is also to check for the fibs. Sometimes we also have the confluence with some fib numbers. So let's check it right now. To check the confluence with the fibs, we go back to the daily chart. Yes, and on a daily chart our task is to identify the last strong bearish impulse, and our last strong bearish impulse is based on the previous structure high to the current structure low. Yes, and if we draw the line from that, here is our last strong bearish impulse. Based on that we will draw our fibs. We will take the fib retracement tool over here and we will draw the fibs from high too low, yes, and over here you can see that we have a perfect match with the 382 level, and you can see that right now over here on Euro New Zealand we have the zone, the area, the yellow area right here that is based on the strong horizontal daily structure, falling trend line, yes, major falling trend line, 4-hour structure resistance, local structure, recent structure, and also 382 level over here. So it doesn't mean that the price with 100% chance will drop from that zone. However, the probabilities are very high that it will do that. And we apply the zone of confluence to look for trading opportunities. We don't say that the price will drop from here, but we say that with a very high probability the price will drop from there. And then we start analyzing the lower time frame. We start analyzing the 4-hour chart, the 1-hour chart, and we look for the reversal confirmation. For now, you can see that we have very strong bullish movement right here, and right now the market is very bullish. On the 4-hour, we have very nice sequence of bullish candles, and for now, nothing tells us that the market is going to reverse. But if we wait enough, if we will pay attention to the 4-hour, 1-hour, we should look for the reversal formations right here. Yes, for example, for the double top pattern, the classic reversal pattern. Only then we will trade, yes, and if we see the reversal pattern, if we see the needed formation, chances will be phenomenally high that the market will reverse from the confluence area. That is how we apply them in practice. Alright traders, that's it, and I hope that you enjoyed this new video lesson about the confluence zone, and now it is clear for you how to properly apply that. For more education, for premium stuff, check my website. It is vasilytrader.com. There you will find information about my premium group, about ebook, and about one-on-one private coaching. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you soon.